react like that. Like the weekend fun. Get a full range of emotion. Welcome to Hack the Body, Hack the Mind. Drive up 1.5 kg. Improving your life is a really difficult task. And if you're like me, and you probably are if you're watching this video, then you have read quite a few self-help books. Most self-help books go into tools you can do, or here's some tips to improve your life. Spend time with friends, go to the gym, exercise, eat healthily, get time outdoors, meditate, read in the morning, have a nighttime routine, have a morning routine, drink coffee, don't drink coffee.
Go to work, don't go to work, go outside, don't go outside.
Eat healthily, vegan, or carnivore.
Maybe you need to start listening to podcasts, but you also need to go to bed earlier, but you also need to
What do you do when you feel like life is just on top of you? How do you improve your life? The one thing that I think we need to understand, and runs through the threads of some self-help books, not all but some, quite a few that I have read, is that you are responsible. Jocko Willink's Extreme Ownership, Jordan Peterson's, probably all three of his books talk about this. The self-help book Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. There's probably other self-help books which tell us that we are responsible for our lives. That's hard to hear, but how do you truly understand and start to believe that? We need to look back at your life. So look at all of the different situations and scenarios when you were unhappy, the things that made you unhappy, the things that were like really destructive and like disruptive to your life. Now, what is the common thread that runs through all of those things? For me, the one common thread that runs through all of those things is me. I am involved in all of them in some way, shape or form, even if at the time and still to this day I feel like I'm the victim. Now, there's a thing called a drama triangle. And you're either the victim, the rescuer, or the prosecutor. Now, what happens is when you're the victim, you feel like you are under attack, that someone is prosecuting you, that you are looking for a savior. No one wins within the drama triangle. So we've got to get out of it. Because a lot of the times if we are what we think as the victim, then we will become the prosecutor. The reason is people who think they're the victim feel like they're easily walked over, or they have been taken advantage of by someone. And then the reaction to that is, well, I'm going to be angry and go the opposite way. Now I'm going to prosecute you and everyone else. Coming out of that drama triangle is really important, but understanding that you play a role within that. So to understand that you play a role and that you are actually important when it comes to your life and what you do, this is where you make choices to move in the right direction. So you need to know that you have a part to play. Now that is the first role and the first responsibility that you need to start to at least accept, that you have some part to play in every situation. Now, the way you figure out kind of your part to play is you play devil's advocate. You've always got someone at a party, either a friend or a family member, who just goes, yeah, but what about this? Be that for yourself. Be the detective that pokes in your mind, which challenges you as to why you could be wrong, or why you could maybe not be the victim in that situation. Now, this is you starting to become self-aware, starting to become aware that actually there is a part that you play and that you can change your views and opinions of things. You just need to find a way to do that. And by challenging yourself, or by looking at those things to start with, that is going to be the first step in becoming self-aware. And now I think that is the number one way you improve your life, is to become self-aware. Because the more aware you become of the way you act, think and feel, and the reasons that push you to act, think and feel those ways, that is where the growth and the ability to change comes in. If you have ever found yourself repeating the same pattern over and over again, or doing, or find yourself in the same situation, you may often hear when people get walked over by someone, why does this always happen to me? Now, this is something I get people to think about. If you think deeply within yourself of a secret you have never told anyone, or something deep within you that you have never told anyone, write it down on a piece of paper. Now, what does it feel like if I told you you'd got to now go tell someone that secret? Your heart will start racing, you'll be like, oh my God, like I'm now going to adjust it. You may have, even when I told you this, you may have thought about the secret, and then you may have gone, well, actually, I'm going to just change it slightly to make me seem better. Be aware of that. Be aware that you will change what's going on to suit the narrative that you want to suit, because you don't want to be made uncomfortable. And that's what a lot of people do when they become the victim, is they don't want to become uncomfortable. So the way you improve your life is you put yourself in uncomfortable situations. We've all heard that you have your comfort zone, and outside of that is where growth occurs. Okay, so how do we put ourselves out of our comfort zone? Well, we need to challenge ourselves. We need to challenge ourselves to think differently, to act differently, to be different. And the way we do that is we need to know why we think and act and do things the way we currently do them. And you do that by trying to become aware of things. The other way to do it and to start to become aware is meditation. I took the mick out of it earlier, but meditation has a really good way of letting you see your thoughts. Going on a guided meditation allows you to witness thoughts coming into your mind and start to separate you from the thoughts that you start to experience. And that gives you the ability to notice those thoughts in real time when your things are playing out, or at least to reflect on them. And that's the thing, when it comes to self-awareness, you have the tool of reflection. You may not be able to catch yourself in the moment doing something you shouldn't be doing and convincing yourself otherwise. I call it the bullshit alarm. We all have this alarm that goes off in our head when we've lied or when we've told a little white lie, which isn't really a lie, it's just something, a non-truth. And a non-truth is almost like, I don't know the question you've asked me, so I'm going to answer with the best possible knowledge by either copying what someone else has told me or by making something up completely. But you have an alarm that goes off and you question it in your mind. That's why I like looking at people's eyes, because when they're lying, they look somewhere else, or they stutter, or their mood changes because they've caught themselves. They've noticed something within their brain. They've noticed that they've said something which isn't true or isn't them. That's becoming self-aware of that. Now, a good way to do this is to journal as well. Journaling or talking with a counselor. Journaling is like the secondary to talking with a counselor about this stuff is like, or even friends or family, like depending on if you've got friends or family close enough to allow you to just talk and for them to almost like parrot back to you. But it's a skill because most family and friends members give advice, and giving advice actually doesn't help the person in need. If anything, it makes them more annoyed and pushes them down towards the path they don't want to go down and you don't necessarily want them to go down. So like, if you are giving someone support, the best thing you can do is listen, paraphrase what they've said, so you can almost hold a mirror up so they can like see what they are saying, and then they don't have to deal with a barrage of advice that you're going to give them when you don't truly understand all the facts. And they're going to get annoyed about that, and you may even get annoyed about that when someone starts giving you advice and you're like, nah, but you're not thinking of these other things. And it's like, yeah, but you haven't told me them because you don't even know them at this point. So giving advice is not recommended when trying to help people, which is why writing in a journal can be really helpful if you don't want to see a counselor. Write in a journal anytime that day, reflection. Anytime that day you were angry, you were annoyed, or you found yourself lying. If you write those things down, you can start to become aware of why you did those things. Why did you react that way? Why did you lie in that situation? Well, I lied because I was insecure, because I didn't want to be proved wrong, because I was afraid that if I got proved wrong, or I was afraid that if I said I didn't know, then I wouldn't be smart. And if I'm not smart, then I'm not going to be held in a good light by whoever I lied to. We cover up a lot of things just to make ourselves feel better. We do a lot of things to make ourselves feel better. And becoming aware of, oh, I'm doing that thing to distract me or to give me some respite from the negative bullshit alarm that's telling me that I'm lying or that I'm not being completely truthful or honest in this situation. Becoming self-aware is the only way that I know you can improve your life. You can't really get to what you want in life unless you do start to become aware of your inadequacies at least. We need to know that we are inadequate. And the really good thing about this, and the really good thing about everything I spoke about today, like improving your life, is that you can do it. You just have to become self-aware. Thank you so much for watching. My name's Charlie. This has been another video, Hat the Body, Hat the Mind. We are going to be starting to do a lot more videos, create them for YouTube, create them for my website, just so people have some more information like verbally, because some people don't want to read anymore. Fine, YouTube has given us the ability to just watch a video and not have to read, so that's fine. But you can find me on social media, Hat the Body, Hat the Mind, on Instagram. I started a Twitter, I'm never going to use it, so you can ignore that one. And YouTube, Hat the Body, Hat the Mind. But thank you so much for watching. We will see you on the next one.